What's up? What's up? I'm back. Let's go. Let's go. Got a little breaking news. Kinda. Not really, but kinda. Let's get to it. This is for the Niner game. Bang, bang. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. How y'all doing this evening? It's a terrific Tuesday. I hope you had a terrific Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some news according to Tom Pelissero. Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, just said the 49ers made a trade. I told Niner fans it wasn't going to be what you expected. It wasn't going to be what you were hoping for, what you were looking for. It's going to be somebody you got to Google, you got to YouTube, you got to look them up and see and watch highlights and film and see exactly who the hell this dude is. See if I can get a few more people in here so we can go ahead and get started. More likes can attract more viewers. Please keep it up. Thank you. TikTok, I'm live. YouTube, I'm live. It's the Great Debate Show. I was live earlier today as well, breaking down Week 8 in the NFL. Breaking down Monday Night Football. I broke down an extravagant World Series Game 3 that went 18 innings as the Dodgers take a 2-1 series lead. And Game 4 is coming up in about 45 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, the San Francisco 49ers made a trade with the New England Patriots. Yeah, the last time this happened, it was back in 2017 when they got Jimmy Garoppolo, a former second-round pick, and they traded for him for a second-round pick. They traded for another second-round pick from New England. This time it's an edge rusher. Yeah, the New England Patriots are sending defensive end Keion White to the San Francisco 49ers per sources. New England gets a 2026 sixth-round pick for a 2026 seventh-rounder and Keion White, who had 5 sacks last season. Can't tell you how many he has right now. Let's do some research real quick and check it out. It may not be the blockbuster move that some hope for. I told you all it wouldn't be. It would be somebody we got to look up, YouTube, Google, check out the film. May not be somebody that you have that was a blockbuster move or that you hope for, but it's a low-cost acquisition that adds much-needed depth to an injury-ravaged roster. The Patriots selected Keion White out of Georgia Tech in the second round of the 2023 NFL Draft. He spent his entire NFL career in New England, tallying 6 career sacks. 6 career sacks, 88 tackles, 10 for a loss, 21 quarterback hits, and 8 passes defensed over 3 seasons. That's not that bad. The 88 tackles, 10 for a loss, 21 quarterback hits. He don't get the sacks, but he does get some quarterback hits. 8 passes defensed over 3 seasons. This is 3 years. 6 sacks is still not good. I don't know if he ever started, but he's been there with the Patriots for 3 years. I would have waited till this dude got waived or something. I mean, I know they only gave up a 6th-round pick, but I wouldn't have even gave up that. Let me make sure I read that right again. New England gets a 2026 6th-round pick. That's right. They get a 2026 6th-round pick for a 2026 7th-rounder and White. So we basically got White and a 7th-rounder. We gave them the 6th-round pick for 2026. He had 5 sacks last year. He's only got 6 in his entire career. So last year looks to be his best year on the stat sheet. White's best statistical year, as I just said, came in 2024 when he recorded 5 sacks, a career-high 56 tackles, 7 for a loss, and 16 quarterback hits. That was his best year because I just said 21 quarterback hits, 16 of them came last season. He had 5 passes defense and 2 forced fumbles across 17 games, and he did start a little bit, 13 starts out of 17 games. Interestingly, ESPN's Ben Solak previously projected this exact trade scenario. He sure did because I read about this morning, suggesting that the 49ers could acquire Keion White for a 2026 6th-round pick. White has completely fallen out of favor in New England, Solak wrote. He started last season real hot in the first half of the year. He was 11th among all defensive linemen in pressure rate and 16th in pass rush win rate. He was especially nasty on the interior, ranking 11th in pass rush win rate when lined up as a defensive tackle. Interesting. He doesn't look like a DT at all, but he can move inside and rush the passer. He cooled as the season went on, though, and he ended up being 34th in pressure rate and 25th in pass rush win rate in the back half of the season. Don't know how that happened. Since then, White has slipped down the Patriots depth chart. His Pro Football Focus pass rush grade dropped from 76.7 in 2024 to 46.7 in 2025. Ouch. The 49ers hope White can help stabilize a defensive front that struggled to generate consistent pressure this season. The loss of Bosa, torn ACL, Bryce Huff continues to recover from hamstring injury. Yatir Gross-Matos has missed the last 3 games due to a knee and hamstring issues. And now Sam Aquananu is day-to-day with an ankle injury. Y'all, as I told y'all, the end. Welcome to the Great Debate Show. I'm your favorite Uncle JJ. And as always, I got something to say. And what I want to say is, this is what the Niners did. I told you all they were not going to give up a second-round pick for a big name. They were not going to give up a first-round pick for a big name. Because even that person like Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson, who aren't going to get traded anyway, I'm sure they picked up the phone and they probably were told to go to hell, especially the Raiders. One of those superstar household names was not going to get them all the way to the Super Bowl and win them a championship anyway. I doubt it. Well, that's the news. How do y'all feel about it? Do I got any 49er fans in the building right now that want to talk about it? What's up to Marikiko? I think I said that right. John Freeman, the Prime Minister. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Great Debate Show. YouTube, I got Jofi Joe. That guy Yeager, All Out Broncos. Wicks in the building. Jofi Joe said, can be that guy. Okay, yeah, that's the person I want to talk to, a Patriot fan. Glad I did see you before the comments got out of the way. Jofi Joe, what happened? I got a Patriot fan in here right now on YouTube to my Niner gang. Bear with me here. I want to ask this question. He had a great first half of 2024. What happened on the back half? And then on top of that, he didn't pick that momentum back up to start this season. He's fallen down the depth chart. Why? Do you all have somebody on the... You got a good defense. It's definitely solid. Tell me who took his reps, who took his snaps away, and make it make sense to me. I mean, we only gave y'all a 6th-round pick. I'm okay with that. But is he worth the 6th-round pick? I mean, again, he got off to a good start. 16 quarterback hits, 5 passes defense, 2 forced fumbles in 17 games, 13 starts. That's not bad. But then he went from being 11th in pass rush win rate, especially when lined up as DT, and then he dropped to 34th in pass rush win rate. What happened? If you could please enlighten me on that. It says he definitely slipped down the Patriots depth chart, and his PFF dropped. Now, I'm not big on the PFF stuff, but Jofi Joe, can you please tell me what happened? He said he can be that guy. So let me read what he has to say here. I'm a Niner fan, just got here. How you doing, the immortal? Biggie Shaq, thank you for joining me. This is the Great Debate Show. I hope you like what you're watching. I hope you enjoy the content. I do this content weekdays at any given time here on the Great Debate Show on all social media platforms. Subscribe. I hope you will. And follow on all other social media platforms. Bang, bang to you, brother. I'm just here breaking the news. The 49ers gave the Patriots a 6th-round draft pick for defensive end Keion White. I told y'all it'd be somebody we didn't know. I'm a Niner fan. Thank you. Notification, please. Okay. Don't understand what they're talking about, whoever that is. Jofi Joe said, we got those high-end players in free agency. Oh, who again, no? Milton Williams. Okay. That ain't a household name either, but he must be lighting it up. You're giving him away pretty much for a bag of chips. Good evening, Unc. Good evening to you too, Mikey. How you doing, brother? So Jofi Joe says that they got a few high-end players in free agency. This is the reason why Keion White kind of fell and slid down the depth chart. He did have his best season last year. Got off to a great start the first half of 2024. Then it kind of, you know, he kind of dipped in his production, pretty major. But before the second half of the season, I kind of do like the numbers. Even though he only had 5 sacks, he had 16 quarterback hits. He had 5 passes defense, 2 forced fumbles, and a career high 56 tackles. He did all of that in 17 games, but 13 starts. Is that worth a 6th-round pick, 49er fans? Niner gang, let me know. Jofi Joe says Super Bowl on the defensive line in the Eagles. Super Bowl on the defensive line in the Eagles. Okay. Gotcha. I do remember that name now. I got you. He has to play. And I'm sure hopefully he is earning the money that you all spent on him. But even if he's not, according to what you probably spent, they're probably going to play him regardless. But now, looking at these numbers, I can see why they traded him. No, he definitely did dip. Why did those numbers dip, though? Because he lost snaps in the second half of the season or what? I mean, he played 17 games. Only 13 starts, but that's still a majority of the season. I am blessed. Just got done making dinner. Sounds good, Mikey. What you eating? Raja, I'm a Washington fan, and I'm in the wrong room. LOL. Nah, brother. Everybody's welcome here at the Great Debate Show. Everybody's welcome. Come on down. Got to play him in the interior. That's what I just read. It does says that he's much better. And that's crazy because he's an end. He looks like a true defensive end edge rusher. He doesn't look like he could even stop the run on the edge, to be honest with you. But you can move him inside, and he can beat the DTs. I mean, the guards on the offensive line. That's unique. But I like it. I don't see anything wrong with that. But we need edge help. But then again, it's not like we're getting much pass rush from the interior either. So Jofi Joe, the Patriot fan here on YouTube, is saying that he is much better rushing from the interior, even though he's an edge, defensive end. Sounds like we got another Mikael Williams. Is he any good on the edge as far as rushing off the edge, or is it only in the interior? I had to keep asking you all these questions, Jofi Joe, but why not ask a Patriot fan? It's a lot easier than doing the research. Because I know I trust Jofi Joe's word, and he's a diehard Patriot fan. What's up to Jay Warren? What are you pissed off about, brother? John Lynch should be fired for letting everybody go. This sucks for real. Oh man, we got a Niner fan in here that's pissed off right now. I understand your frustration, Jay. I do, and welcome to the Great Debate Show. But man, sometimes it's just how the ball bounces, man. We had to let some of those people go because they paid Brock Purdy all that damn money, all that loot, all that paper. I didn't want them to do it either, but they did it. If we kept Dre Greenlaw, it would have been money wasted because he hadn't played most of the games in Denver. He just got back on the football field, and I don't know how much he's been contributing. They tried to pay him, but he wanted to go. So it's a good thing he did, though, because they're not getting a lot out of him. He's, he's kind of low on gas. He misses games. Now, as far as all the other players, Jay, you just got to admit, they don't draft good. Yeah, they're a bunch of young pups, but if they drafted the right young pups, we wouldn't be in the predicament we're in now. And it's about time the 49er fans came to a realization that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan miss these draft picks a lot more than they hit. Just think about it. Go over the past few years. The past 9 years, it's been miss, hit. Miss, hit, miss. Oh, let's just acquire somebody in a trade, though, and then it's like, okay, we forgive you. Most of the talent they've gotten has been in trades, to be honest with you. They only got lucky with Kittle and Fred Warner. And don't tell me about Nick Bosa because, one, he fell in their laps, and two, I still think Bosa's overrated. I'm sorry. Yes, he's being missed right now, but he's still overrated for what he gets paid. And he fell in our lap, though, at number 2. But for the most part, y'all remember Solomon Thomas, bust. Javon Kinlaw, bust. Mikael Williams, Alfred Collins, CJ West. These guys look like they're probably going to be busts. CJ Stout. I don't want to hear none of Upton Stout. I mean, I don't want to hear it. Upton Stout, my ass. All he does is tackle good. Yeah, he's physical. So what? You mean after somebody has caught the ball on his ass? Not enough PBUs. Not enough playmaking, in my opinion. I know they're young and they got to grow and develop, but man, we're coming up on week 9. And Bill Parcells always said, by the time you get to week 12, week 13, you ain't a rookie anymore. So paying Brock Purdy is the reason why we're in this predicament. That and they can't draft as good as people want to say that they can. I mean, Sunday was a prime example of how this draft class don't look all that. That's just my 2 cents now. But anyway, yeah, I told you all the Niners would not trade for anybody that you were hoping they would trade for. Keion Thibodeau is not even going to get traded, and if he does, we're not going to give the Giants what they're asking for. And the Raiders, I told you, they won't do business with the 49ers ever. It's in Al Davis's will, I'm sure. And the Bengals are too stubborn to let go of Trey Hendrickson and let him be good for somebody else. They'd rather just not get anything for him and let him walk in free agency. That's the most stubbornest front office in the NFL. So those are the better guys that we could have gotten that would have made a difference, that would have helped. But there's still too many other holes to fill. And we can't do that with 1 pick. All right. The Immortal. Everyone else likes Purdy except Niner fans. There's a lot of people on here that don't like Purdy, not even Niner fans. Jay Warren says that's the real problem. Purdy is not the problem. Let's let too many players leave and wasted draft picks on nothing great. That is also correct. That is also correct. But right now, $265 million from Purdy has been on the sideline. And before he even got paid, he did not look good. People are still thinking that Brock Purdy is that 2022, 2023 guy. We have not seen that guy yet. When he comes back, we're not going to see it immediately because it's going to take him some time, right? You know, the chemistry, the timing, everything's going to be off. And will he even be 100%? Who knows? But he will not be playing with that stacked offense that he had. I don't think, because I don't even know if we're going to get BA back. First we heard he was going to practice. Now we're hearing that he's not going to practice just yet. Ricky Pearsall still is not coming back from what I hear. So y'all don't want to see Purdy come back and play with what Mac Jones has been forced to play with. You think you do, but you really don't. I promise you. Jay Warren said they got to go. I've been saying that for 3 years now. 3 years. They need a star wide receiver, says Dane Prods. I don't really think the wide receiver is they need one, don't get me wrong, but that's the least of their worries. You could put a star wide receiver in San Francisco right now. What good would it do when the offensive line cannot protect the quarterback to get the ball to the wide receiver? That's the reason why Shanahan and Lynch need to go. They never addressed that. You can have the star receivers, the star running backs. If you give me a good offensive line, we can make it work. Because at least whoever we're throwing it to, the quarterback is going to have time. Now, I know they have to be able to get open, but remember, Shanahan does everything off, schematics. So where would the problem really be? Yeah, they just don't draft as good, man. They just don't. They just don't. Mac sucks for real. I disagree. I don't think he sucks. I don't think he sucks. But that's your opinion, man. We can agree to disagree on that. I think the team as a whole sucks. The talent sucks. And whose fault is that? Every year they deal with injuries and they don't have those problems. They would be Super Bowl contenders. Yeah, man. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm really tired of talking about that, to be honest with you. I don't know what we can do, what we need to do. Our O-line is 12 in PFF overall. Jason Wade, stop it. Fuck PFF. PFF ain't shit. I got eyes, and my eyes tell me PFF is a motherfucking lie. That O-line is atrocious. I'm sorry, man. We'll have to agree to disagree on that shit. We signed Keion White and not Keion. That's exactly right. That's the news that I'm breaking right now, brother. Thank you for joining me. Seeing Shanahan packing. He's definitely not a genius. Hey, now that's a good comment right there. Thank you, E.J. Perry, too. That's who needs to be traded, to be honest with you. I said this 2 years ago. And everybody cussed me out, clown me, you're a bandwagon, you're not a real Niner. What? But 2 years later, more people are saying, I'm sick of Kyle, get rid of him. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know how much we could get for Kyle Shanahan if everybody thinks he's this wizard, this offensive guru? Y'all, we could get, I don't know, a 2 second-round picks, a first and a third. I don't know. You tell me the New York Jets wouldn't give us a first-round pick right now or 2 second-round picks for Kyle Shanahan. I think they would. They'd be some suckers, but I love a sucker. Bring them on down. I'm telling you, y'all, and I can't think of a team where we could trade coach for coach like the Raiders and the Buccaneers did back in the day when John Gruden went to Tampa Bay and, well, it wasn't coach for coach. Bill Callahan just took over. He was the OC with the Raiders, and then he just was promoted to head coach. But Gruden was traded to the Buccaneers in 2002. They won a Super Bowl just like that. Shanahan could probably get traded to a team that's pretty good and just need a coach like him, get them over the hump, and he'd probably win somewhere else. I don't give a damn. Give me the picks. Give me somebody that knows what to do with those picks. Let us start being injury-free. And, and I think that, hey, man, with a few good drafts, we'll be back. I hate to say this, y'all, but the main thing the Niners probably should have did was hit the rebuild button instead of the reset button. Because right now, everybody's mad because we got Keion White from the New England Patriots instead of Kayvon Thibodeau or Arden Key. We still could get an Arden Key now from the Titans. How would you feel if we added another edge rusher? Arden Key's not bad. He knows the system too. The Titans are selling. Let's see what happens there. But as of right now, everybody's pissed off, and I understand why. But damn, what did you think we could do that was going to make us be Super Bowl champions? As many holes we have to fill now, as many bodies that have been dropping. What was one trade really going to do for the 49ers? It would have had to been somebody like, man, it would have had to been Max Crosby. Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson, and how the hell could we have pulled that off? They need the first-round pick to replace Trent Williams. They need the second-round pick to replace the left guard, the right guard, the center. And they're probably going to do what they did in the 2025 draft. In the 2026 draft, they're probably going to go O-line, 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 O-line. And that's fine, but it don't mean a damn thing if that's trash, 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 and trash. Thank you for the rose. Mrs. Ree, thank you. But that's what we did this year. We just went defense, 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 but it don't look like they're good. I must be saying something good because I'm seeing those hearts popping. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. The Great Debate Show is available wherever you get your podcasts, available on all social media platforms. I encourage you to like, follow, and share. Like, follow, share. On YouTube, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. You guys need to build around CMC. How can you build around somebody who's on his way out? They're running him in the ground. He doesn't need to get the touches that he gets. He's still one of the best players on his team, but I wouldn't say build around him. It's time to get ready to replace him. And we'd be closer to that rebuild if we had went ahead and faced that fact last offseason and said, hey, man, we're going to trade Christian McCaffrey for a second-round pick, for a second and a fourth. I would have took it. A second and a third. I would have took it. Nick Bosa for a first-round pick. I would have took it. Wouldn't a first-round pick be much better than having his ass on IR right now? The Niners they're stubborn as it gets. And they're going to do the opposite of what Bill Belichick was so much of a genius for. Letting players go a year too soon rather than a year too late. Now, they did right by Debo. But Debo was Debo looked bad with us. The Steelers just made a trade for the Patriots safety, Kyle Duggar. A 7th rounder is heading to Pittsburgh in exchange for a 6th-round pick. So the trades are starting to pop off. Tuesday evening, October 28th. We still got about 6 more days. 7 more days until the trade deadline is officially over, but the Steelers just went and got the Patriots safety. Hey, where you at? Where you at, Jofi Joe? Y'all are just dropping bodies, ain't it? The Patriots are 6-2, and they're doing all the selling. Wow. Care to explain? Kyle Duggar's pretty good, isn't he? The Steelers just made a trade, and Lord knows their defense looked bad. We talked about that this morning. So who's going to be next? Jalen Waddle? Could he get moved? Jalen Phillips? Bradley Chubb? I think the Niners are not done. I want to say that too, though, before we get too pissed off. Keion White for a 6th-rounder. I don't think they're done, though. I think if they can go get an Arden Key for a 5th, or if they can go get a Bradley Chubb for a 5th or a 4th, I think they'll add one more. And that's going to be it. But you can't get the 1st, 2nd, or the 3rd round pick. You just can't. Let me read a few comments, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Did you hear the news I just broke? The Pittsburgh Steelers just traded for the New England Patriots safety, Kyle Duggar, for a 6th-round pick. And they pretty much just did what the 49ers and the Patriots just did. They just swapped the 6th and the 7th for the player. We go on and on. Wake up. We in trouble. That's right, Jay. Look at Bill now, says TKR. I didn't say now. I said then, when he was good, before he lost his touch like Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon used to be the GOAT at one point, though, right? At promoting wrestling. I'd rather have Kenny Omega. What the heck, damn. Go Sixers. That's a good one, man. How you doing, brother? So Niners only trading for defensive depth. I don't know, brother. As of right now, that's what it looks like. Go Rams. We are coming for first place. You kind of already have it. I mean, we've got 3 losses, and you and the Rams and the Seahawks only have 2. So technically, we're not number 1 right now. I don't think. I don't know how we could be. We've got more losses. I hope Jalen Waddle goes to Pittsburgh. OJ, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. It could happen. I'd give him Jawan Jennings right now. But I'm sure they don't want Jawan Jennings, though. He hadn't had the best season so far. But I'd take him for... I don't know. The Steelers don't even have any offensive linemen probably that could help us upgrade at all. I'm not sure. I'm surprised Justin Simmons is still a free agent. I thought San Francisco would upgrade at safety. That's a good comment, too, man. I like that. Damn, what's that? Josu? I hope I didn't botch that name, man. I'm sorry if I did. I'm going to just call you Joe. That's a good comment. Justin Simmons is still a free agent. There has to be a reason for that. Maybe he's not passing physicals. Maybe he's still dealing with some type of injury. He used to be a stud back in the day with the Broncos. I remember that. But, y'all, the 49ers have been told not to spend too much money. I'm telling you. Jared York said, all right, we're going to extend Brock Purdy. I want him. We'll extend Fred. We'll extend George Kittle, and that's it. And I think that's what they were told to do, and that's been it, right? Oh, okay. Pronounced as Josue. I started to say that, but I didn't want to fuck it up. Gotcha. Josue. I like that. Josue, that's a good comment, man. The Niners could use the safety, couldn't they? Even Malik Mustafa don't even look like Mustafa looked. I know he's trying to get his legs back underneath him and all of that, but thank you, brother. He says, you're good, my guy. Is Keion White a good choice? Well, 15, according to a Patriot fan here on my YouTube live stream, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok right now. Jofi Joe says that he can be good, but he's much better pass rushing from the interior. He's a 2nd-round pick out of Georgia Tech from the 2023 draft. He spent his entire career, 3 years with the Patriots, and he's got 6 career sacks, 88 tackles, 10 for a loss, 21 quarterback hits, 8 passes defensed over 3 seasons. Last year was where he really started to pop off. He had his best year last year. 2024, he recorded 5 sacks, had a career-high 56 tackles, 7 for losses, 16 quarterback hits, 5 passes defensed, and 2 forced fumbles in 13 starts. He played 17 games, but 13 starts. But then he kind of, for whatever reason, his production dipped tremendously in the second half of 2024. And then this season, it dipped even more, and he just kind of slid down the bottom of the depth chart because, as Jofi Joe, the Patriot fan, said on here, they've got some high-end free agent players that has took his spot. Milton Williams and from the Eagles and players like that. But it seems like he can rush pretty good from the interior. He was 11th among all defensive linemen in pressure rate and 16th in pass rush win rate. He was especially nasty on the interior, ranking 11th in pass rush win rate when he lined up as a DT. So I hope that answered your question, 15. I think he will do good with our staff. Let's hope so. We can only hope. They have a better chance getting Jalen Waddle. Who, the Steelers or who? You're probably talking about the Steelers, right? Jimmy Scholl. Did you see Cam's injury? Yes, I did. It looked just like Fred Warner's. And it's the exact same injury, dislocated ankle. He's already had surgery, and he did all of that before he left the Philadelphia area. Thank you for liking the live. JSN over Puka. Puka's just coming back, so I'll go with JSN. 49ers, that's right, Jimmy. Depth signing, nothing more. Well, it's more than depth signing right now because they ain't got no depth. They're at the bottom of the depth chart. 15 said, thank you, bro. No problem, man. That's what I do. I think it's a little bit more than a depth signing. He'll be depth eventually when people get back, if they get back, Matt. But no, right now, he's got to get his ass out there and play in MetLife Stadium in New York. Immediately. What do you think of Mac? I think Mac is fine, and I think a lot of y'all are too hard on him. He's not getting protected. What do you want him to do? I mean, why aren't we making excuses for Mac? We made excuses for Brock Purdy last year. He didn't have McCaffrey. Yeah, but he didn't have B.A. Yeah, but y'all say B.A. ain't shit. Not you in general, just the people that have said it. You know? Everybody made excuses for Brock Purdy, man. Because this person was out, he had a lot of injuries, blah, blah, blah. Mac Jones has even less than that. Yes, he's had McCaffrey, but that ain't the same McCaffrey Purdy was playing with in 22, 23. It ain't the same dude. He's all right. He's still good. He's still better than half of the running backs in the league, but he's still not the McCaffrey we once knew and had. I think Mac is doing fine, man. I really do. I mean, like, he's Mac Jones. Everybody expected he would be ass. He hadn't quite been ass. He hasn't been MVP caliber type playing, but who can be an MVP candidate with that offensive line? And with no running game. We're last in the league at yards per carry. No quarterback can be successful with that. No quarterback. Hope I answered your question. Thank you, Richard. We are 3-0 in the division. The Rams and Seahawks need to get division wins, says Locker Fellow. That's true. That's true. I just wonder, can we continue to get division wins and continue to win right now when we keep dropping bodies like this? Okay. That's pretty much all I got, man. The 49ers have traded for Keion White, defensive end, who's a much better pass rusher as a defensive tackle. From the New England Patriots, we gave them a 6th-round pick. They gave us a 7th-round pick and Keion White. And then the Patriots gave up their safety, Kyle Duggar. He's going to the Steelers for a 6th-round pick. So the Patriots are racking up on picks, and they're letting go of players that have kind of slid down their depth chart. This is good front office moves right here by the Patriots. They're playing chess. It's obvious they don't need these guys. They're letting them go. Now, I'm surprised they let him go to the AFC. But usually if you let a player go to a AFC rival or an AFC competitor that you could possibly see in an AFC wildcard game or something like that, you don't think that he can help that team enough. But then again, what do I know? Shit, the Browns traded Joe Flacco to the Bengals. And Mike Tomlin was like, what the hell was that about? And he must have knew something because, hell, Joe Flacco and the Bengals whooped his team's ass the very next week. So he knew something. The Patriots are 6-2, but they haven't played anybody but Buffalo. You're not wrong, Jimmy. That's why it took me a while to get on board with the Patriots. But the Patriots do. Buffalo ain't even that good, to be honest with you. They're not as good as people think. They're not. Their defense is weak, and they need to be trading a wide receiver right now. And I'm sure they're making a call for Jalen Waddle, but I'm sure the Dolphins are hanging the phone up. I think Buffalo will be making a call for A.J. Brown. I think they would be calling for Brandon Ayuk. They're trying to probably kick the tires and call the Niners and see, hey, man, is he ready? And if so, y'all look fine without him. Can we get him? That would be a huge move if we could move B.A. I don't really want to, but if we could get a good pick for him, Buffalo definitely could use him. I think they'd be in the market, like I said on a few episodes ago. Check those episodes out on the YouTube show. I think they could be in the move for a Brandon Ayuk, a A.J. Brown, a Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave. Even though the Saints have said they want to keep Olave, they're only willing to trade Shaheed and I forget the other one. Yeah, some of these guys, some of these teams do not want to let go of some of these players, even though they know they suck. I just think by the time they get to the rebuild, that player that they refuse to trade right now will not be that same player by the time they are competitive again. The rebuild process will move much faster if you just move off of some of these players. But, hey, man, what do I know? I never said I was a damn general manager. But, yeah, the 49ers made that trade, and the Patriots made another trade with the Steelers as well. They just helped their secondary out a little bit, adding a safety, Kyle Duggar, to Pittsburgh, and Keion White to San Francisco. The Patriots in the giving mood right now as they are giving away a little charity today. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays are coming up in about 12 minutes, and I'm going to check it out. Hopefully my anxiety won't, mess with my anxiety too much. Last night it did. I'm going to read a few more comments, and I'm going to get out of here. Yes, Debo, your Spurs are off to a great start so far. They're 4-0 for the first time since 2017. And I've been asking everybody for a week now, is Wemby the best player in the world? And nobody's really answering me. And the few that are, they're saying no. He looks like the best in the world to me right now. I don't know. Trade Bucky for Henry. Huh? You got to be talking about fantasy, right? You're not talking about a real trade, are you? Bucky Irvin for Derrick Henry? What do you mean, Tom? I'm sorry, I'm probably not quite understanding. A.J. Brown isn't going anywhere this season, says Go Sixers. Of course you say that. You're a Philly fan. Look, man, all I know is a lot of these teams say that they're not trading certain players until they trade those certain players. I still think if he doesn't get moved before this trade deadline, they're going to trade his ass in the offseason. I just really think they are. Don't let them win another game without A.J. Brown, too. His ass will get traded by Tuesday if they win one more game. No, I'm sorry. They got a bye week coming up. So he won't get to play another. They won't get to play another game without him before the deadline. Everybody's telling me the same thing you're saying, Go Sixers. But I won't be surprised if the Patriots are making that call. Mike Vrabel and A.J. Brown have a great chemistry, good relationship. Their days with the Tennessee Titans. And I would not be surprised if they gave them. What you think they're getting all these draft picks for? They're trying to make a move, probably. Now, I've heard that they want to get some defensive help, some edge rushing help or whatever, but everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying that. It could be smoke. The Patriots is the team, and I know that would be scary if you got Stephon Diggs and Boutte and A.J. Brown with Drake May. But that's the one that I think that could happen. Buffalo would be nice, too. A.J. Brown and Josh Allen, damn, that would be sick. It's the AFC. I think that if a team would be foolish enough to give up too much, Howie Roseman is a genius at making the right trades at the right time, whether he's acquiring them or trading them away. You've got the best GM in the game. I'm not saying you won't do it, but I won't be surprised if you do it. Congratulations to your Sixers, too. That could happen, but not this year. I got you. Congratulations to your Sixers. I said last week, I got a funny feeling that they may be back this year. Now, it's just 4 games, but they won 3 straight. And what's his name? VJ Mkumba, whatever his name is. That dude has really, really been a pleasant surprise. And we know what Maxey brings to the table. The Sixers look good. You still got Paul George and Embiid. I think that they're going to play at some point if they stay healthy. And I know that's been a big if. Everybody clown me saying, he said, if Embiid stays healthy. Yeah, I know. I sound like a comedian. But, man, the Sixers look good. The Spurs look good. Now, a lot of people thought that was going to happen. All right. Weeds in the building said, go Steelers. Well, how do you like the move? You just got Kyle Duggar, safety from the Patriots. How you feel about that? We got Keion White. He is very good. Okay. Ghost says he already knows about him. Well, if he's very good, then sounds like we won. A 6th-round pick for somebody that's very good. That makes me be optimistic. That makes me want to be very optimistic. Thank you for the comment, Ghost. Brandon Coleman says, any quarterback you think we should try for? Who's your team, Brandon? A.J. Brown in Pittsburgh with DK would be great. Oh, the old Miss buddies back together again. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, damn, that would be. Woo. They trying to make Aaron Rodgers stay for another 2 or 3 years if they pull that off, wouldn't they? That's a good comment, OJ. Damn. What if we do get that? That would be some breaking news there. That would break the fucking internet. A.J. Brown in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh is in the hunt for a receiver, too. I don't know why I'm just saying New England. And I know, yeah, I don't know why I'm just saying New England and Buffalo. Pittsburgh would be a good spot, too. We said San Francisco is done. We keep dropping bodies like this. You're damn sure right. I don't know what you expect me to say. All right, y'all. Felix, did the Niners make a trade? Yes. We traded for Keion White. I know what you say. Who? Keion White. Yeah. For the Patriots, defensive end. Trying to bolster that pass rush depth, but he looks like, it seems like, according to the reports, he is better rushing from the interior. Yep. But some people have said he's pretty good. A Patriot fan told me he's not bad. They just got some free agents over there in New England. They got to play, and they're better, like Milton Williams and those guys. So this is the reason why he slid down the depth chart. He's kind of an upgrade for what we've had, for what we got right now. He'll be depth later, but right now he needs to be a starter, and he needs to be good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, what happened to our Niners? Okay, Felix, I'm just reading these late ones. Hope you caught up now. Keion White could be Bryce Huff 2.0. I'm with you, Quack 333. I'm with you. How the Broncos playing, huh? They're playing good. They are. The Patriots are 6-2. Oh, I read that already. Okay. Nathan Wade says, let's go Niners. That's right. What's going on with Brandon Ayuk? I don't know. And fuck Pearsall. Shit. I mean, they could have put this brother on IR. He's about to miss his 4th straight game. They might as well have to put him on IR. And Valdez Scantling, we let him go. He's now a Steeler. That's why I didn't say the Steelers would go get a A.J. Brown. Not that Valdez Scantling is anything near that, but they do have another body. I'm excited. VJ is promising. That's right, Sixers. He is. Grizzly fan here. Can we just trade Ja and rebuild? Nicholas Hollier. Man, you probably about right, man. I am, just as I said, the 49ers need to be rebuilding. We need to face the music. And a lot of us Niner fans don't want to admit that. As a Grizzly fan myself, you about right, brother. You're about right. We lost to 30-something points against the Miami Heat. Then we beat the Pacers the next night by 30. Then we get blown out again by the Warriors. Even though we did play the Warriors good for 3 quarters, they hit the reset, not the rebuild, but they probably should have hit the rebuild. Some people said it last year. Just trade Triple J. Just trade Ja. Why don't you? But you know why they don't want to do it. Ain't nobody going to be in them seats at the FedEx Forum. But you made a good comment, brother. Good comment, Nicholas. And you're about right. We probably should be doing that. Dakota Miller said Niners fans are wild. Hate admitting with these fans. Keion White is the exact big play piece. I think that's what you're trying to say. The big play piece you want as a fan. Nothing but upside, upside, upside. Okay, so this is some more positive news about Keion White from the Patriots. Look, y'all, I never said he was good or bad. I'm just reporting what he is. So, Dakota, I don't know if you're listening to me or you're just looking at comments. But I'm not being negative at all about it. I'm just saying that I didn't expect them to get a household name like a Trey Hendrickson or a Max Crosby. I knew that wouldn't happen. It can't happen. It would be somebody where they would give up a fifth, sixth, or seventh round pick. That's exactly what I said. And if he's upside, Jofi Joe, I just repeated what Jofi Joe, the Patriot fan, said. He said that he actually is not bad. It's just people like Milton Williams pushed him down the depth chart and other free agents that they signed. I don't think he's going to be bad at all. Again, y'all, he is a much better pass rusher in the interior. So that's where he's going to shine at. I think we're also going to still go get a Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins or a Arden Key from the Titans. If we can get one of those guys for a fourth or fifth round pick, I think they're going to push the button on that too. And then when Bryce Huff comes back into the fold, you got 3 edge rushers. And if they can just get some pressure, that helps the secondary. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Continue to like, share. Subscribe and follow The Great Debate Show, available on all social media platforms. But Dakota Miller, you're not wrong. But again, sometimes with Niner fans, they're either too negative or too optimistic, and I like to keep it somewhere in between. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm very blunt about it, and that's why some Niner fans don't like to listen to me, because I'm going to cut it to you straight, no matter how it sounds. I think we probably should have hit the rebuild instead of the reset button, but let's see how this folds, how this pans out. Now, if you're upset with me for saying that, hey, we'll just have to agree to disagree. Those rookies look bad. They look just like rookies. And I wonder how long are they going to look like rookies, though. Sometimes we have to just admit those guys can't draft. Lynch and Shanahan have missed a lot more than they've hit. And that's just the facts. If anybody doesn't believe that, they're just too fucking naive. But I do think that this is all right for what they gave up. And I think one more player, like a Arden Key or a Jalen Phillips or Bradley Chubb. I really don't want Bradley Chubb because that would be kind of like Chase Young. Y'all don't be surprised if the Niners bring back Chase Young. That could happen too. I know y'all are like, man, the hell with Chase Young. He didn't do nothing in 2023. But he looks better with the Saints, just a little bit. If we could get him for a 7th round pick, they may bring him in. That's another body. That's more depth. And he ain't bad against the run. He just didn't. His motor wasn't high. He just didn't look like he gave a fuck. Maybe he will now. I don't know. I just thought I would throw that out there. Travis and J2, are you watching NBA tonight? I'm going to try. But I'm about to watch this baseball game too. Thank you for joining me, Travis. Yeah, Dakota, I figured you meant big. I got you. Bang, bang to you too, brother. Let's see how it goes, man. Let's just see how it goes. Regardless of how this season ends, the one thing that we all can agree on and the one thing we can all fall back on as Niner fans is we run out of players. If we don't win another game this year, we can just say, hey, man, we ran out of players. Remember the 2022 NFC Championship game that we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles? I ain't gonna lie. We got a lot of haters out there in the world, but every time I ran into somebody that I know, they would just say, hey, Jay, I can't say shit, man. I can't say nothing, JJ. Y'all ran out of quarterbacks. I was like, damn. I really thought you was going to clown me. They was like, y'all ran out of quarterbacks. So whatever happens this year, y'all, we ran out of players. Now, should somebody be punished for that? That's neither here. That's a different story. I'm not saying Shanahan and Lynch shouldn't get the boot because this happens way too often. We talked about this Sunday night on the live stream. Over 2,000 games missed due to injuries with the 49ers since 2017. That's sad as fuck. Yeah, at some point, Jay York is going to have to come put his foot down and hold these people accountable. But he's too busy with his head up his soccer team's ass out there in the other countries, and he ain't probably got his ass on the 49ers right now. That's the saddest part about this whole thing. We could be stuck with these guys for more years to come because Jed York is too busy focused on the soccer teams, and he is so safe, like Triple H's booking in the WWE. He doesn't want to do anything hostile. He doesn't want to go back to the 2015, 2016 seasons. He's just trying to keep butts in the seats. And that's not going to stop until we stop taking our butts and remove them from the seats. That's it. But y'all, let's just see what happens, man. I don't know. I think the 49ers are going to make one more trade. I honestly don't think this is it. I really don't. I think that they're going to go get an Arden Key or if not Arden Key, maybe a Jalen Phillips or a Jermaine Johnson from the Jets. Robert Sala's got good ties with those guys. They know the system. Jermaine Johnson or a Will McDonald IV, one of those guys from the Jets could still come over too. And if we could do that, and then Bryce Huff comes back, and if number 98 finally becomes a edge rusher as well, like he should be at some point here, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Remember what I told y'all, this shit is fake, okay? Like, we lost because it's fake. We didn't lose because we're not better than Houston. Don't forget that part, you know? Don't forget that part. That's why I hate playing both sides. I stopped because I found out this shit is fake, and then everybody said on Spotify, man, don't go. We like you. You're good. And so I came back and I started back doing it, but I ain't no dummy. Everything that happened last week with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and the Mafia, it should tell you, you can't take these games serious. They rig a lot of games. The Patriots just traded Keion Butte, damn, and a 7th for Chris Olave. Oh, fuck. Now, I didn't get that news. Are you sure about that, brother? I don't have his name. Are you sure about that? That gotta be false. I don't see that report. Butte has been playing good. Why would they trade him away? He's lying. Are you lying to me, man? You wouldn't lie to your uncle, would you? I thought I was y'all favorite uncle. Here on the Great Debate Show. Now, I know Chris Olave is going to get traded, but the Patriots have been busy if they've done that, too. They've already traded their safety Kyle Duggar to Pittsburgh. They traded Keion White, their edge rusher or interior rusher, to the Niners. And somebody's on TikTok saying that they just traded. Okay, Jamie said they did not trade Butte. I know damn well I ain't saw it pop up on my shit. Okay, I won't read his comments anymore. Let's see here. All right, y'all. I think I've said enough. I gave you the breakdown, and that's all I've got right now. If anything else unfolds between now and before I lay my head down, I'll let you know. But that's it for right now. The 49ers trade for Patriots defensive end and former second rounder Keion White. He's joining San Francisco. Jordan Schultz broke that news first. Kirk Cousins says he wants to be a QB1. He wants the opportunity to do that again. He has the desire to have that opportunity to start elsewhere ahead of the trade deadline. Yeah, right. Good luck, Kirk. What else I got here? Dallas doctor did Malik Neighbors surgery. Wow. That says a lot about the Giants, the staff or medical staff. Malik Neighbors just had surgery, but he got a Dallas doctor to do so. That's according to The Athletic. Interesting. Jaden Daniels is likely to practice, according to Dan Quinn, the Commanders quarterback, with a hamstring injury, has a good chance, or he had a good rehab session Sunday, and maybe he'll come back next week. The Dolphins edge likely traded. James Palmer floats the possible destination for either Bradley Chubb or Jalen Phillips. Yeah, I expect both of them to get traded. The Dolphins should be selling just as much as the Jets, but we will see. Jerry Jones says no trade close yet. Jones clarifies the Cowboys' business, Emmett, Crosby, and Hendrickson rumors, but ain't nobody answering the phone. I hear everybody's rejecting Jerry Jones. Lamar says he can't wait to play. Lamar Jackson, that is. He's excited ahead of Thursday Night Football. He will return Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins. Can the Ravens come back? I'll talk about them tomorrow, the Baltimore Ravens, and the opportunity they have to still come back from 1-5 and somehow miraculously win a wide open AFC North. I'll talk about that on tomorrow's show. The Jets trade rumors. James Palmer also with Bleacher Report says that names which players are likely to be dealt at the deadline from the Jets. I already told you. Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald IV. Those will be some of the names. I'm hearing Quentin Williams, but I don't think they're going to move him. What else I got here? The Cowboys and George Pickens are not talking about contracts right now. Ed Werder reports that the sides haven't engaged on a new deal ahead of the trade deadline. Who cares? All right, that's all I got for right now, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, I will talk about the Ravens and their chance to win an AFC North that's wide open still. And I'm going to talk about the marriage between Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams that may about to be headed to divorce court sooner than you think. Just as I predicted back in August. Yeah, that guy that's getting paid like $10 million, the backup named Tyson Bagent. You heard how Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have been kind of throwing barbs at each other, right? After Sunday's loss in Baltimore. I got some things to say about that. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to watch the World Series, and I'm going to watch some NBA action. I hope y'all have a great Tuesday night. Who was Keion White? Just look him up, brother. I've already kind of read on him. I've kind of broke it down, and a few times, matter of fact. He's all right. I think he's all right. He's not who you expected, but he may be all right. He's going to bring some upside to the 49ers. And anybody's an upside right now because they ain't got nobody, to be honest with you. So that's it. I'm out of here. Travis and Jay, thank y'all for the comments. Jeff, over under Steph versus OKC 24.5. Man, I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, brother. It's Steph Curry, so you never hardly ever want to go under. But it is OKC. Fuck it. Over. Happy Toaster. Which one's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Who do you see on that picture behind me? Does that look like LeBron James to you? Thank you for the comment, though. Nicholas, keyword, youth. He's 26 years old. We need youth on the defensive line. We've got youth on the defensive line. Alfred Collins, youth. CJ West, youth when he's playing. Those guys just ain't good or they're not ready yet. We've got some youth. Bryce Huff is still young. He was the only one that was doing something, though, somewhat. But, hey, man, I think Keion White's going to be all right, especially when Huff comes back and if we go get somebody else. Now, should we go get another edge rusher or should we go get like a guard for the offensive line? Or should we bring in a cornerback? Or should we just stay put and let it ride out like I've been saying all along? Can't give up too much picks. Can't mortgage the future away. Who let the dogs out? Says, I've been the 49ers faithful with Joe Montana, but the Niners don't look good this year. You're not lying. We ain't got no bodies. We still dropping bodies. Versus LA Clippers? Hello, are they playing the Clippers or the Thunder? Jeff? Do you like WWE? Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, Travis and Jay. And yes, I am watching NBA. I'm about to do that right now. And thank you for subscribing, Travis and J2. I appreciate that. Gina Valentino, hi to you. I'm sorry I'm missing these comments here. Who let the dogs out? It's not the coach's fault. What coach? Big LSU fan. Arden Key would be huge. I agree, Nicholas. I still miss him. Him and Charles Omenihu. Those guys they saved us in that 2021 season. Those guys were huge. I hate that we couldn't keep those guys. Not going to lie to you. They were big for us. Arden Key and Charles Omenihu. So, yes, I think if we could get Arden Key as well, I'd have a little bit more pep in my step. I really would. I watch my channel, says Travis and J2. Okay. We need big guys. We just need some good guys. We do need a line. Brandon says fake news, and I'm a Patriots fan. Oh, he was talking about that. I got you. We found that out. He's talking about the trade I was saying earlier about Butte getting traded for Olave. Yeah, that was fake. Do you hate the Cowboys? No, I don't. Of course not. Thank you for the comment, VR. Olave re-signed, I believe. Oh, damn. Well, they did say they didn't want to trade him. And Kamara, he was supposed to get traded last year, but he got re-signed too. The Patriots also re-signed Marcus Jones today. The Patriots are busy today, ain't they? I'm the Chargers fan. I like Harbaugh, man. Mr. Khaki Pants. I miss him. We didn't have the injuries that we have now with Kyle No Style Scamahan. With the 49ers traded for Keion White, defensive end with the New England Patriots. Big juice. All right, y'all. My time is up. 60 minutes. I'm out. Y'all be safe until we meet again. Y'all be safe out there, man. And again, follow the Great Debate Show. Follow, subscribe, because you never know when Unc might pop back up. I'll be back tomorrow. It may not be a live stream. That's why you got to follow and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Tomorrow I'll talk about Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson while that marriage is about to go to divorce court. And how the Baltimore Ravens are about to win a wide open AFC North even when they were 1-5. Don't miss it tomorrow. And of course, I'll have more 49er news for my Niner gang. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. Peace. Have a good evening. Go Dodgers.